I think I went up, dunked it, and I was falling. So I was trying to look at the ground so I could
You was just trying to be cool, huh?
No. I didn't know where I was at. I didn't know how high I was.
Tess would get going one night.
Jakari would get
going. Malik would get going. Chance would get going. You would get going. I'd get going. Everybody had their moments.
Seeing everybody go out there and be able to just play their game all still while contributing to the team.
That like goes to show that like we still care. Like even though like we might not have been able to give you guys what you guys wanted, but I think we shattered a lot of expectations at the end of the day. Hopefully when I come back for a visit or something, EG is going to be interviewing me as a super senior. Hoops fans, welcome back to the Good Old Hoops podcast, presented by Corner Media. I'm your host, Devin Tillis. We're back with another banger. Today we look back on the wondrous season we had. New group, new coaches, 30-6 with a runner-up season in the ACC, and fortunate enough to build our way to a 3 seed in the March Madness, and also win a game in the tournament. Today I'm joined by somebody that we had earlier on the podcast, my roommate, my co-cat parent, and also the guy who gave us one of the most electric dunks of the season, Elijah Gertrude.
What up, man?
Welcome back. EG, last time we was on the show, we didn't even start the season yet. It was still summer. We was getting ready to, build on, what we had this year. So like kind of looking back on it, what has the journey been like from your point of view, as a player and, being a part of it all?
Yeah, it was everything I hoped for, minus the, like you said, we was hoping to win the ACC tournament, but still it was everything I was hoping for, everything I looked for. But from my point of view, like you said, just being able to watch everybody, being able to be a part of a team like that doesn't happen a lot. So I'm grateful for the opportunity and grateful to have the chance, to be able to witness that.
At the beginning of the year, there was like a lot of unknowns with this group. We didn't know how we were going to mesh. We didn't know how we were going to gel. What was it, like 13 new guys or 12 new guys, and then it was you, Carter, and Dez. From your perspective, how did the team kind of handle this balance of, getting to know each other and, keeping things light, but also like having razor sharp focus and, knowing that we need to take every game serious to win?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing was the chemistry that we had as a team. Yeah. And Coach Odom made that a point like early on in the year. Like, got a good team, just got to have that chemistry and be in touch with each other. So I think like you and Dylan did an amazing job at bringing everybody together. And like you said, me, Dez, and Carter, the only guys that was here before. So having those guys with me as well to show everybody around, get everybody else to know Charlottesville, and then you, Dylan, and bringing everybody together. I think the biggest thing was chemistry.
Yeah, I think Coach Odom made that was like his first point.
That was his first point.
Like when we got here, like he was like, you guys are all good players. Like no doubt we can be a good team, but we're not going to be a good team if we're not together. Yeah. And like, I think something that was like kind of special for me was like how quick and how easy it was to like, kind of gel together. Like nobody on, like I've been fortunate enough to like nobody on this team is a bad person.
Yeah,
and like
100%.
I think Coach Odom did a great job of bringing in dudes who are good dudes, but also like good basketball players. Yeah. So it helped us on the court. Yeah, now, more importantly, I know my cat handles the pressure. Duchess, she's calm, cool, and collected. But how does Reggie, handle when things aren't going so great?
Reggie is a special cat, man. I've never seen anything like it. His birthday tomorrow, by the way, April 7th. He's an April baby as well. I'm an April baby. Birthday in 2 weeks, April 15th.
That's your twin for real, bro.
That's my twin. Kind of like me a little bit. When I was younger, elementary school, my report card would come back and say easily distracted sometimes. So, but Reggie, he's kind of the same way. gets into a lot of things he's not supposed to get into. You can't leave nothing out.
Yeah, you leave a bag of food out, Reggie's in it.
Yeah, you leave it for a minute, 30 seconds. Funny story, I had canes one time. Walked in the house, put my canes down, went to use the bathroom. Not even 2 minutes, come back out, chicken tender on the floor across the room, and I was like, all right. Now I know. So yeah, he's a special dude, but I love him to death. So yeah, that's my guy.
Yeah,
that's my guy.
And shout out Duchess, her birthday in 2 days.
Yeah.
That's my daughter right there. Coach Griff's still probably gonna give me some mess for being a cat dad, but it's all right. I'm not tripping. I've accepted it. I take it on. And so back to basketball now. We made it to the ACC title game. Like I said, 3rd seed in March Madness. Looking back, like give me a couple moments that like stood out to you the most.
I'll say I think it was the first time we did like the sword, and I would say maybe the first time we did the sword celebration after the game. I forgot who it was, but just seeing everybody happy for the guy next to them, that brought a lot. Like that meant a lot to me. Just like you said, you don't usually see groups. They might show that they're happy, but you can actually tell that everybody in this group was happy for each other, and just having that continue on throughout the season. And we started picking up on things, doing things that started like our own tradition in the locker room. Even with the book that Coach Odom brought in, the legacy book, just having that and having something that really brought us together. It was a lot of moments like that during the season, just everybody being happy for each other. Jakari dunk, that was crazy. Like you said, my dunk. But it was a lot of instances where a lot of people like they did something good and everybody was happy for them. So just seeing that, it really meant a lot to me.
Yeah, I think one of the moments that stood out to me the most this year was the first time we stayed out for the song.
Yeah, that's
because now that's something you guys have to do.
Like I said, like a tradition.
I remember when we did it, and after the game, Coach Odom was like, "Well, now you got to do it when you lose," and we lost in the last game of the season.
Last game of the season, yeah.
And
I think that was the first time
I was heartbroken, but like we still sit out there and did it. Yeah. I think like that like goes to show that like we still care. Like even though like we might not have been able to give you guys what you guys wanted, but I think we shattered a lot of expectations at the end of the day, and like to like kind of leave that as our legacy. Like now, hopefully, teams going forward at Virginia are going to stay out for the
years
girls.
Down the line. I mean, that's possible.
And I think that'll be something that means a lot to the fans. Because like at first when we did it, like people didn't know if they should leave or like stay. And then I think for senior day when we did it, everybody stayed out there and sang it with us.
That was pretty cool.
So I thought that was pretty cool. All right, now give me one off the court memory that was maybe either super funny or just a funny travel story, bro.
I say when we went bowling.
Yeah.
We went bowling. That was like my first time seeing everybody like outside of like an environment that they're comfortable in. Like, Tess, Johan, they probably haven't been bowling before.
I remember seeing Marty bowl for the first time.
Marty bowled for the first time. Silas said he wasn't good at bowling. He had a pretty weird form, but he was pretty good. So, I mean, seeing everybody uncomfortable, but all while being comfortable, it meant a lot. And we had fun. It was funny watching everybody, but we had a good time though. So yeah.
Yeah, bro. We went bowling a lot this year. So that was. I think after senior night, I'd said in the locker room, I said we going bowling. Yeah. And like all the guys were like yes because there was like a recruit dinner.
Yeah, I remember that.
No, but that was kind of funny. All right, now let's kind of move on. All right. So something that the fans, have been wanting to talk about for the longest is your poster dunk, NC State. What was that feeling like for you going back and looking at it, and what was going through your head when you dunked it and looked at the bench all nonchalantly as you fell over?
See, I gotta debunk that right now. I don't think I looked at the bench. I think I went up, dunked it, and I was falling. So I was trying to look at the ground so I could tell
You was just trying to be cool, huh?
No. I didn't know where I was at. I didn't know how high I was. So I was trying to brace myself for the fall and I maybe looked at the ground. I don't think I looked at the bench, but so it would be pretty cool if I looked at the bench though. I don't think I did.
Oh, you just like, I did it.
Oh man. But, it was a surreal feeling, I mean, got in, it was late in the game, cold, fresh off the bench, and then I felt pretty good though. That's what was weird about it. Like I felt warm. I got in. The crowd was hype. So it felt good getting in and having that chance to do that. I came down, I got the ball, made a move, and nobody was at the rim. So I was like,
yeah, bro.
It's only one thing to do.
It was pretty electric, bro. It felt like LeBron was.
Nah, I wouldn't say LeBron.
Was flying through the air.
Nah, it was cool though. It was cool watching it back. I was like, yeah, that was a great feeling to have, and hopefully more to come.
Yeah, bro. I mean, you better punch on a few more guys next year when I'm watching. But
I'll try, bro. I'm getting old.
Okay, come on, bro. I'm old. You're not old yet. They call me old. They call me Old Man Tillis, bro.
That's my uncle. That's my uncle, by the way. You know.
I'm Unc.
Yeah.
So we came out the gates early in non-conference, kind of gunning. You know, blowing a bunch of teams out. You know, setting some scoring records for Virginia. Talk about these like early blowouts. You know, what was it like to see like how we were clicking early, and like what did that mean to you from an early point, and how you thought it was going to go for the rest of the year?
No, like I said before, I mean, I kind of could tell how good the team was in the summer. When everybody got here, and I was like, all right, this team can be pretty good. And then like I talked about the chemistry, so seeing everybody click like that in the games after working so hard during the summers to kind of figure that out.
Yeah.
It was reaffirming. I was like, all right, I know how good this team is, and it can definitely be a lot better. So it was pretty good seeing everybody click like that and just, like you said, get off to a hot start.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like throughout our season too, we had so many, people step up. Like when it wasn't one person's night, it was another person's night.
Yeah.
Like Tess would get going one night.
Jakari would get
going. Malik would get going. Chance would get going. You would get going. I'd get going. Everybody had their moments. Ugo's blocking 10 shots.
Dallin got 10 assists.
I know. So everybody kind of had their night. What has that kind of meant for you to see, like, from a team standpoint, that anybody's able to get going at any time?
Just a lot of guys that's willing to go get it. A lot of dogs, a lot of great players. And when you put great players like that together, that's what's going to happen. It's like an NBA. Not saying comparing us to an NBA team, but in the NBA, anybody can go out and get 30.
Exactly.
They're professional athletes, and that's kind of what it was like this year. Seeing everybody go out there and be able to just play their game all still while contributing to the team, it was something that was a good sight to see.
I think we were super fortunate and special this year. And then somebody I want to talk about is Jakari. So I think he had one game in the middle of the season against Dayton where he didn't miss a shot. And then Florida State came around. That was like his first game without his brace or something. Made a bunch of shots. And then in March Madness, Wright State, it felt like he couldn't miss a shot.
When the rivalry heats up, so do the specials. Game is on at Trophy Room, Charlottesville's highest rooftop bar, your go-to spot to catch every college basketball showdown. With limited time game day menus, all at the Graduate by Hilton Charlottesville, located right across from UVA's historic grounds. The Graduate brings Cavalier tradition to life with newly renovated, college-inspired interiors. Whether you're in town for a game, a weekend in Seaville, or just looking for the best view in the city, this is the place to be. Great atmosphere, great food, and a perfect home base for Wahoo fans. Check out Graduate by Hilton Charlottesville.
What was like the locker room and like kind of like the bench like, because Carr's part of the mob. He's a bench mob guy. Describe like what it's like seeing a guy like that just get fired at any time he wants.
I haven't seen many people like that.
Me neither, bro.
I call them a playmaking shot creator. I play a little bit of 2K, know a little bit about builds, and he was a playmaking shot creator, and that's what he did. When you needed a bucket, he was able to go get one. Watching him get hot, there was nothing anybody could do about it. All you could do is just hope and pray at that point that he missed. And there's not many players like that. So it was definitely a blessing getting Jakari, because not a lot of people could do that. I mean, he sidestep between the leg, snatch back, step back, shoot in. Everybody's like this. Like Dayton, it was a clip. We got an offensive rebound. The ball got back to Jakari, and everybody on the bench like this before the ball even went up. So I mean,
I think something that's crazy about having somebody on like that on our team is that like Coach Odom expects us to crash every time. But when Jakari shoots it, everybody's kind of like, we don't need to crash.
It's going in.
So like,
it's going in.
No excuses, Coach. My bad for not crashing when Jakari shot the ball. I know my Cavs score was down, but I don't know. Having somebody like that is just extremely special.
Nah, definitely.
You know, a lot of younger guys this year got, you know, a lot of real minutes. I mean, a lot of guys who have never played college basketball. I guess Johan Tess isn't young; he's old, but but this was his first time playing college basketball. And then obviously Chance Mallory, who was a big help to our season.
Yeah.
What's it going to be like? You know, hopefully those guys return next year. And how do you see some of those roles like kind of shaking out if they come back?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be probably their roles that they had last year, but bigger. I mean, you know, it's a lot of guys going to have to step up, especially like you said, if those guys come back. They're going to be stepping into their shoes. I mean, we lost, 5 guys? Jakari, you, Malik.
Yeah, me, Jakari,
Dallin.
Malik, Dallin, Ugo.
Yeah, 5 guys,
Yeah.
5 great seniors, 1 super senior.
Who's that?
Nah, I'm
Super
playing.
senior?
I'm playing. But nah, I mean, like I said, it's a big shoes to fill, but I think those guys got what they have to fill those shoes. Like you said, Chance coming in and him doing that, that's amazing. I mean, not a lot of people can do that, so.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, it's important, you know, especially if those guys come back next year. And
Yeah.
I mean, you're one of those guys who has the opportunity to come back if you want to.
Yeah.
And I mean, so you'll be one of those guys looked at to, you know, make more plays and, you know,
definitely.
increase your role next year.
Big shoes,
I know that's
like I
something
said.
like Coach Odom kind of harped on for you this year. But I'm excited to see how you guys shake out next year, assuming everybody comes back.
Nah, I'm excited. I can't wait.
Yeah, like you said, you know, I'm the super senior. You know, me as a grad transfer, you know, I was kind of brought here for a couple things, but one of the main reasons was for leadership. You know, do you see yourself being a leader next year? And if you came back, and you know, who do you think on this team is capable of having leadership roles?
I think I'm capable of being a leader. I mean, just being here now, it's kind of crazy to say this is about to be my 4th year. I feel like I said, I'm getting old, bro.
Yeah, you're about to be a super senior. Before you know it, you making unk jokes. You
Maybe,
gonna be
maybe.
unk next.
I
bro.
ain't as old as you, bro.
You gonna be by the time you leave.
Nah. But yeah, like I said, I think I have what it takes to be a leader, and just being able to connect guys, like you said. I mean, you was my roommate, so when you was connecting guys, I was right there with you.
Yeah.
But yeah, being that focal point, being that point that you had, like it's big shoes to fill. Like I said, losing guys like you, Dallin, Jakari, Malik, Ugo, but Dallin was a great leader as well. So.
Yeah.
2 big shoes to fill, and I think I have what it takes to be a leader.
I think you do too, bro. I think your personality and your character is somebody who could, you know, definitely, you know, take the super senior role on and be a great leader.
Say super senior. I'll just be a senior.
You'll just be a normal senior.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll be a junior next year, though.
Yeah.
Redshirt junior.
Redshirt junior, yeah. And double redshirt senior. You know, hopefully you get to run it back with all these guys. So what do you think Coach Odom is looking for the team, you know, kind of attacking this offseason and, you know, kind of attacking next season as it comes around?
Yeah, I mean, now it's pretty much we know what to expect going into the year. Attacking this offseason, and you know, we got a couple guys now, and hopefully get another great group of guys that comes in.
Yeah.
And like I said, building that chemistry early on, that's going to be something that's important. So attacking the summer, picking up where we left off. You know, we want to, like I said, the goal this year was to get to that ACC tournament championship game. Did that. Next year, got to win it.
Yeah.
The goal was to get to March Madness, and not only just get to March Madness, but win a game or games, and hopefully make it to the Final Four, make it to the championship. It didn't happen, but you know, that's progress. That's progress. Nothing happens overnight. I mean, stuff happens overnight, but
Yeah.
you can't make great things happen in one night. So it's all about progress and being committed. I think that's what it is.
Exactly, and I think like this year we set the foundation for like great things to come. You know, it's different if we had like took a step back. I think you talked about the book. I think something like I took away from the book this year was leave the jersey in a better place than you found it.
Yeah.
And I'm grateful enough to say that like
Definitely
I
did that
definitely
this year.
did that this year.
Definitely did that this year. Not even just you. I mean, everybody.
I mean,
did
yeah,
that.
all of us did as a collective
Guys
unit.
that played, guys that didn't play. I think everybody did a good job at just leaving the jersey in a better place. And that's what's important, you know, because
exactly.
you're not just playing for you. You're
Yeah, you play for the community.
The community, the guys that's playing with you,
yeah,
you're playing
and the guys
for
that
the
came
coaches,
before.
you're playing for the fans, like Coach Crawford would say, you're playing for the people in the nosebleeds.
Yeah.
I mean, playing for everybody really, and that's what it's about. So it's bigger than yourself.
Exactly. Now, last thing, you know, for you before we get out of here, you know, what do you want to take from this season that you learned, you know, going forward in the next season?
I'll say discipline.
Coach did talk about discipline a lot.
He nailed that point. Just being disciplined.
Yeah.
And I think that's something that goes far in life in general, not even just basketball. Having the discipline to, like, it could be simple things, making your bed every morning. That's what it starts with. But yeah, I think that's something that I gotta kind of build on as I grow. But like I said, nothing happens overnight, so it's step by step. But yeah, discipline would be the biggest thing, really.
Yeah, 100%. I agree with you. I think, Coach, now that you say that, I just remember so many games where we go in at halftime and he erases the board.
Whole board.
And he just writes discipline in the middle. So I think that is definitely something that I'll be able to carry as well as a basketball player and just as a man in general. Now, last thing, you know, for you before we get out of here, you know, what do you want to take from this season that you learned, you know, going forward in the next season?
I'll say discipline.
Coach did talk about discipline a lot.
He nailed that point. Just being disciplined.
Yeah.
And I think that's something that goes far in life in general, not even just basketball. Having the discipline to, like, it could be simple things, making your bed every morning. That's what it starts with. But yeah, I think that's something that I gotta kind of build on as I grow. But like I said, nothing happens overnight, so it's step by step. But yeah, discipline would be the biggest thing, really.
Yeah, 100%. I agree with you. I think, Coach, now that you say that, I just remember so many games where we go in at halftime and he erases the board.
Whole board.
And he just writes discipline in the middle. So I think that is definitely something that I'll be able to carry as well as a basketball player and just as a man in general. All right, guys. This is kind of sad for me. You know, this is my last time on this podcast, you know, last time running it. You know, I had a great year with you guys. I enjoyed, you know, getting to share my locker room experience with, you know, guys like EG. And, you know, hopefully when I come back for a visit or something, EG is going to be interviewing me as a super senior. But, you know, I love Virginia. I always say it's one of my homes. I had a great ride here. I enjoyed, you know, all the great moments, you know, even some of the hard moments. I appreciate the fans. I appreciate the place. I love the community. I'll be back to visit. Love you guys. Before I get off here, I want to thank our sponsor at the Graduate Hotel in Charlottesville for, you know, kind of their support and helping us make this happen. And then Who's Nation, appreciate you guys. Peace out.